Hello everyone, welcome to Adapt Jones Yoga Fundamentals practice. Today we're going to be looking at hip mobility and looking at ways in which we can control our hip functioning on the yoga mat. It's going to be a practice where we're going to be looking at the passive as well as active ROM of the hip. ROM translates as range of motion. This is really going to be a very useful practice for those that do have a regular yoga practice. It's going to really teach you what your joint ranges are and how to look at ways in which we can kind of find a bit more equanimity between both the right and the left side of the hip. For this practice you're going to need a couple of blocks. Let's start side lying on our right hip. So you're going to mimic here like an all fours position but lying on your side. Now with this functional ranges of movement through the hip, I want to see if we can just isolate the movement to the top hip here, so this being the left hip. When you start to move the hip through its relevant functions, see if you can start to limit any movement elsewhere. So often when we start to move this top leg, you're going to feel movement in the lower back. You might even find that the shoulders and the rib cage want to join in. Try to limit this movement. So we're isolating the movement solely to this top hip. Bring the palms together, and we'll do this just to block off the shoulder and try to keep the rib cage still. Press the bottom leg into the mat and then slowly abduct the top leg. Move from here into flexion, so bring the thigh towards the lower belly and abduct out to the side, so knee turning upwards. You also do an external rotation here through the hip. Roll the thigh inwards here, turn the foot up. Now as you do this, try not to allow that top shoulder to roll in. And then slowly from here, adduct, bring the thighs almost together. Keep your front ribs down, so belly is slightly toned. And then slowly take your left leg back into extension. Kick the heel back to where you feel an engagement in the glute, the left buttock. You're going to repeat that rotation, so bring thigh to lower belly, flexion, abduction, knee moves out to the side, external rotation. Rotate the thigh inwards, internal rotation. Then adduction, bring the thighs towards each other. Good, keep front ribs down, so try to avoid any back bending here. Kick the heel back into extension. You should feel left buttock engage here. One more rotation here, everyone. Flexion, thigh to lower belly. Try not to round the lower back too much. Abduction, external rotation. Internal rotation. Roll the thigh in, foot turns up. Keep shoulders stacked. Adduct, thighs almost together, front ribs down. Kick the heel back, extension. Go in the reverse direction from here then. So knee turns up to the ceiling. Abduction, external rotation. Rotate the thigh inwards, internal. Adduct, and then thigh to belly, flexion. Okay, go back into extension, kick the heel back, feel left buttock engage. Abduction, external rotation. Internal rotation, roll the thigh in. Adduction, thighs almost together, flexion. One more rotation here, extension, kick the heel back, find the glute engagement. Abduction, external rotation, knee turns up. Roll the thigh inwards, foot turns up, internal rotation. Adduction, thighs together, and then finally flexion, thigh to lower belly. Okay, rest that left leg down. Take a moment here. You're going to really start to feel all the goodness, muscle engagement in this top hip. Okay, from here now, straighten out the legs. Imagine you're placing the body between two panes of glass, front and back. So you want to, as best you can, have like a flat line for your body. If you to look down your body, you want to be able to see the knee and the creases of the ankles. Palms together again, shoulders stacked. Press the bottom leg down, and now slowly abduct the top leg. So as you do this here, try to avoid the thigh coming forward or even back. That would be an indication of where you're not owning your abduction function. Keep the ankle flexed, this top ankle flexed. Now lift just a little bit higher, still trying to keep it in that true abduction. And then one more time. Lift a little bit higher if you can. Hold for 3. Still see if you can press the bottom leg down as well. 2 and 1. Wherever you are, hold the leg in space. Keep the knee as straight as you can. Turn the toes up. So you feel here the rotation in the head of that left hip. Keep the knee as straight as you can. Turn the toes back in. And then repeat that again. Turn the toes up. Feel the thigh roll out. Turn the toes back in. One more time. Turn the toes up. Okay, really good. Bend at the knee. Ooh, I should place the block somewhere better for this. Bend at the knee, find your second block, and then place the block between the foot and your inner thigh. This is mimicking or very similar looking to a tree pose in the yoga practice. With your left hand placed on the outer thigh. Now for 3 breaths, breathe in. Exhale, push against the hand. 1, inhale. Exhale, push back against the hand. 2, inhale. Press back against the hand, exhale. Very good. So you're shortening or engaging your external rotators of the hip here. Right, come back into that side lying position. With this second block, placed between your thighs now. I would try to bring the legs roughly hip width distance. Clamp the block, and then slowly turn or lift that top foot upwards. So your left thigh will roll inwards, foot turns up, internal rotation. Now from here you're just going to repeat this. You're going to lower the foot towards the bottom foot, and then lift up. 1. Keep squeezing the block as you do this. Lower the foot down, lift up. 2. Lower the foot down, lift up. 3. Foot down and up. For 4. 1 more. For 5. Okay, hold it statically. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, very good. Take a rest. So you will feel a lot of action in this top hip. Take your time, come up to seated. Make your way onto the other side. So lying on your left hip, make sure you have that second block close at hand. Find your side lying all fours position. Again, stack the shoulders, so palms together. And again, just a reminder, as before, try to limit movement elsewhere. We're just trying to isolate and be fully aware of moving in this top hip. Press the bottom leg down, lift the top, abduct. Then start with flexion, thigh to lower belly. Try not to round lower back. Abduction, knee turns up, thigh rolls out, external rotation. Internal rotation, thigh rolls in. Adduction, thighs together almost. Keep your front ribs down. Kick the heel back, extension. Thigh to lower belly, flexion. Abduction, external rotation. Internal rotation. Adduction. Good. Good. Kick the heel back, extension. Again, we're seeing if we can feel or engage this right buttock here. One more rotation, everyone. Flexion. Try not to round that lower back. Abduction, external rotation. Internal rotation. Roll the thigh in. Adduction. Thighs almost together. And then finally, back into extension. Hold it here now in extension. Really finding or firing that rear glute. Now go in the reverse direction. Abduction, external rotation. Internal rotation. Good. Adduction, thighs almost together. And then flexion. Back to extension. Try not to bring the spine into extension as well, so no back bending. Abduction, external rotation. Internal rotation. Adduction, thighs together almost. Flexion, thigh to lower belly. One more round here. Extension, kick it back. Feel the glute. Abduction, external rotation. Internal rotation. Adduction, back into flexion. Okay, rest, right leg on top of left, breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, very good. Now straighten out the legs. The same as before, try to kind of place the body as if you were between two panes of glass, front and back. If you were to look down the body, you should be able to see the creases of the ankle. Stack the shoulders, palms together. Press the bottom foot into the floor. Abduct this top leg. Don't go too high. We've got 3 stages. Again, try not to allow the leg to come forward or to go back. Keep it in your true abduction. Good. Go one step higher or a little bit higher in your abduction. Keep the ankle in flexion. Keep the knee as straight as possible. And then the final stage, lift a little bit higher again. Again, abduction. Hold, 3. Push the bottom leg down, 2. And then 1. 3 rotations here within the head of the hip. Turn the toes up. Keep the knee as straight as you can. Turn the toes back in. Good. Again, turn the toes up. Turn the toes back in. One more time. Turn the toes up. Hold it here this time. Bend at the knee, mimicking this tree pose position. Find your second block and slot it between the foot and the inner thigh. Bring your right hand onto the outer thigh. Breathe in. Exhale, push against the hand. Do this for 3 breaths. Inhale. Press against your right hand. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhale. Press against the right hand. Exhale. And again, feeling all those external hip rotators in this top hip here. Come back into the side lying, all fours position. Place the block between both thighs. Okay, so we want to have the thigh bones roughly hip width distance. So for some of you, you might have to adjust at what width you choose to use the block at. Okay, squeeze the block. And then roll the thigh in as the foot turns upward. So internal rotation through this top hip here. Then going to simply lower the foot down and lift up for 5. When you're ready, lower down and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Hold it here. Take a moment. Breathe in. Breathe out. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, really good. Everyone relax that foot down. Come up to seated. Okay, we're going to come into a posture known as the bear sit now. So Moving into our seated sequence. So bear sit, take the feet a bit wider. Slightly wider than the hips, and see if you can bring your spine into an upright position. Bring your palms together. We're going to slowly move to the left, so the body rotates to the left, left knee comes down, right knee also places down. So you have two 90-degree angles here in both legs. 90-90 as this is called. Okay, from here, fold over the left leg. Start to push this front leg into the floor. And then slowly come back up. Palms together. Come back into bear sit. We do this with lifting the rear knee first. So external rotation here. Once there's no more range to be achieved, come back to centre to the bear sit. Go slowly rotate to the right side. 90-90, facing the short edge of the mat on the right side. And then from here, fold over the front knee. Push down through this right leg, and then slowly lift back up, upright spine, palms together, externally rotate this rear hip, see what you can achieve, and then back to bear sit at the centre. I'm going to repeat this a couple of more times. 90-90 to the left side. Good, and let's try and lower over this front leg now without bringing the hands down. Good, lift away from the front leg. Lift or externally rotate the rear hip. Back to bear sit. Good, rotate to the right side. Again, without bringing the hands down, lean over this right leg. Push down through this right leg. And then come back up. Externally rotate the rear hip. Back to bear sit. One more time with this. Go over to the left side. Rotate to the left. Fold over left leg. Try not to use your hands. Pressing it back up. Externally rotate the rear hip. Back to bear sit. And once again, rotate it to the right. Lean over the right leg, again not using the hands, come back up, externally rotate rear hip, back up to centre and bear sit. Okay. Alright, so we're going to make these, adding a few more poses to this sequence. Palms together, take your 90-90 again to the left. This time you can reach the arms above the head, find fists. A little bit more challenging. Lean over the front leg. Extend through the arms. Push back up. Palms together. This time lean to your left and see if you can lift the rear leg off the floor. Feel it all on this right side. And then lower the right knee down. Very good. Externally rotate this rear hip. Come back. Lift as high as you can. Back to bear sit. Good, rotate slowly to the right, 90-90 on this right side. Extend the arms up, create fists, keep the arms nice and straight. Lean over this right leg, push down, come back up, palms together. Externally rotate the rear hip, see what height you can achieve, and then back to bear sit to the centre. Okay, nice and easy. Going to the left side, 90-90, rise the arms up, extend over the leg, come back up, lean to the left, lift the rear leg off. This time, if you feel you have a bit more strength, you can straighten through the right knee. Good, bend back into the right knee, lower it down. Good, externally rotate this rear hip, back to 90-90. Very good, everyone. Rotate to 90-90 on the right side. Extend the arms up, lean over right leg. Bring it back up, palms together. Lifting that rear knee. And lifting the rear leg. Hold it here. Balance. Option to see if you can straighten the left knee. knee, set it down, lift the leg up, left leg up, back into 90-90, back into bear sit, back at the centre, and then one more round of this, slowly rotate to the left side, arms up, create fists, lean over the front leg, back up to centre, palms together, very good, lean to the left, lift the rear leg, see if you can straighten the knee, 3, 2, 1, bend the knee, set the knee down, lift that rear knee off, good, back to bear sit at the centre, rotate to 90-90 on the right, arms up, find fists, fold over right leg, bringing it back up, palms together, lean to your right, lift the rear leg off, see if you can straighten the knee, bend at the knee, set the knee down, and then lift the knee off, keeping this right leg pushing down, back to bear sit at the centre. Okay, I'm going to add one more option into this flow. So from here, slowly again take your 90-90 to the left, rise the arms up, fold over the front leg, sit it back up, palms together, lean to the left. If you need to replace the left hand down, of course that's an option. Lift that rear leg off, straighten the knee. Good, this time bend back into the knee. You're going to scoop this right foot forward towards the front and then roll it back to the 90-90 position, but still keeping this rear leg elevated. Do that one more time. Scoop the back foot to the front foot and then take it back. Good, and then scoop the foot forward and then slowly going to straighten out this right leg. Coming into a Janusarasana shape here, so head to knee pose. Now with this bent knee, I'm also pressing the bent knee down into the floor, so keeping both legs nice and active here. Inhale, rise the arms up, find fists. Exhale, fold over the straight leg. Try not to bring the hands down to the floor, using your active strength here. Inhale, rise the arms back up. Okay, rotate to the left hand comes down to the floor, lift the hip, and then stretch that top arm over the head. Press the hips to the right, and then slowly come back down onto the hips. Good, facing the straight leg, press the bent knee down, lean back a little bit, and then lift your straight leg off. Hold here, some of you might get a bit of cramp here. Now, keeping the knee as straight as you can, turn the toes out, and then slowly bring the feet together. Butterfly pose, so both knees in a bent position. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Breathe in, and breathe out. Okay, release the fold, bring the palms together, lean to the left side, so press the left knee into the floor, lift this right leg off as best you can, hug this right leg as close towards your right side, straighten out the right knee. And you're going to slowly lean this right leg, move it over to the right, bend back at the knee as we set the knee down for 90-90. Okay, nearly there everyone. Abduct, externally rotate this rear leg. Good, whatever range you can achieve, and then come back to bear sit, back at the centre. Having a bit of a nightmare with my mat. Now from here go to 90-90 on this right side. Rotate towards the right. Good, maintain. Inhale, rise the arms up, fold over the right leg, coming back up. Good, palms together, lean to your right side, slowly lift the rear leg off, straighten into the knee, bend it back, and now this time keeping the elevated leg, rear leg, scoop the foot forward towards the front, and then take it back. Good. If it's too strong, then you can always rest the right hand to the side. Scoot the foot in towards your right foot, and then rotate the hip back into internal. Okay, final time, scoot the foot in. This time we straighten out the left leg, finding that Jai position. Pressing the right knee down, strong through both legs. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, fold over your straight leg. Again, try not to touch the leg or the floor with the arms. Get strong through the body, rise the arms back up. Rotate your trunk to the right. Right hand places down. Lift the hips. Stretch that top arm over the head. Push the hips this time to the left. And then slowly make your way back down to the hips. Face the straight leg, palms together. Draw the toes back. Lift the straight leg off. Hold it here, and again, very challenging here for this straight leg. From here, turn the toes out to the left, and then slowly bring the feet together. Okay, butterfly pose one more time. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Have a few breaths here. Breathing in and breathing out. Try to relax your shoulders. Okay, nice and easy, come up to seated. Bring the knees together. Give yourself a hug, forehead towards the knees. And then from here, coming into a seated position. Sit on the tops of the feet. Allowing the sit bones to come to the heels. So hero's pose. Rest the hands on the legs. If this is a bit too intense for your knees or your ankles, feel free to sit on a block. Close the eyes. Take this time to steady the breath. See if you can equal the inhale with the exhale. So equal length. Placing the palms together, heart center, bowing the head. Take this time to thank yourself for making it to the mat today. Thanks to all of you for joining me for this practice. Namaste.